I'm Tyler.
And I'm Ryan, and this is Retrobit Unplugged. Tyler, here we go again.
Once again, mini bit time.
Mini bits, mini bits.
That's a you thing.
That is a me thing. I'm excited. I'm excited for mini bits. I had to switch to my White Sox hat today.
I'm wearing a hat for the first time.
I know,
it's
but
my hat debut.
But I like with the mic placement. This is gonna be our thing.
Hopefully, if it just works.
Mike's on Hats podcast.
Why do we do that?
I don't know, because we didn't think about it before.
Mike's on Hats, sponsored by the RBL. We could have done that.
We could always change it down the road.
Nah.
Ooh,
we're locked in now.
That'll be our That'll be our spinoff when we start talking about sports all the time.
Ideas. Here we go.
Yeah, Mike's on Hats. Anyway, well, it's recorded, so it's our idea. No, but today we're going to do a mini bits. I'm rocking the White Sox hat because the Pope blessed the rains down in Chicago, south side.
Not even the gods are going to help you.
I'm hopeful, but
I'm wearing my unfortunate Giants hat because today did not go well.
It did not. That's okay.
We move.
It's okay. It's all right. You can't win them all. So, today, Tyler, as we know, NHL is down to basically 2 games at most, but 1 game left.
Florida ends in 6. I'm sorry.
I think so. It's back in Florida, right?
Back in Florida.
Okay, so NHL's done basically in a few days. NBA Finals tied 2-2.
Done by the 22nd.
Okay, so less than 8 days, and we'll have baseball left. There's no other sports. Football, we got a couple months still. So you know what? We're going to talk about leagues and not like NHL or cricket.
No, that's for our Mike's on Hats.
That's podcast. On Mike's on Hats. We're going to talk about retro leagues, so inspired leagues.
It's actually surprising how many people don't know that these are a thing.
A ton. And you see people like Jeff and Grego and all those people, like they play a bunch of these games. You know, they play Retro Bowl College. There's a basketball, I forget what it's called. Hoopland. But they don't even participate in leagues. Like it's kind of an under the radar thing. And you know, we're proud to be part of the RBL, which is hands down probably the biggest conglomerate of leagues. But Tyler, what's a Retro Bowl league?
It's kind of like what it sounds like, but like to put it into terms people may understand better. It's kind of just like an esport league.
It is.
It's basically all it is.
For Retro Bowl and Retro Bowl College. So
I'm gonna say Retro Bowl Plus, but I guess that's just the Apple Arcade version.
It's just the Apple Arcade version.
Yeah.
Did experiment with our retro.
I was meaning to talk to you about
RB25. Okay.
Should we give it a little sneak? Fuck it, I'm doing it. Did you feel like it was better, or do you feel like it's just a better starting point?
So I would say it was a better starting point. However, you are capped to 150 salary.
Okay, so you can't go to 200.
You can, but you have to buy it with coaching credit. So it would take longer. But I think where I made a mistake is I should have taken one other receiver lower or a kicker lower. I used JJ McCarthy as my like QB because I thought I could sacrifice a little bit of my QB, but I did start with a 5-star defense, like right off the bat. But here's a challenge. In RB25, everybody has NFL star players.
Not just you.
Not just me. So you're facing teams. I think the lowest team I faced was a 2.5 or a 3-star on both sides of the ball.
Cleveland.
I think it was Jacksonville, actually.
That makes more sense.
So
in your words, because we'll obviously get into this in a couple of minutes, but it's better to be on the normal game than
It is. There's no competitive advantage. There may even be a competitive disadvantage.
Gotcha.
So, but anyway, so how do they work, Tyler? Because there's no online play.
No, there's not. There, which is something I think a lot of people have been asking for. But if you really think about it, kind of went over this in a past episode. Online play seems like a very difficult pathway for Retro Bowl, in my opinion.
Yeah, it would be very difficult. I just don't think the game is set up for it. There's
There's no
no,
easy way of doing it.
not today,
I
anyway.
mean, in my thought, if anyone who's ever played Retro Bowl, it's you versus the the computer.
Mhm.
If you're doing online play, you have to somehow manage a way where you can sim defense while playing someone online
So
because you're not going to have playable defense.
I
Which I think
I think it'd have to be turn based. So like
I
I
score, it's your turn, you score on your drive. Okay.
yeah. So you would go up against my 5-star defense, and then once you score, then you go up against my 5-star defense, and I think it'd just be like turn based
And
type
whoever
thing.
outscores them, pretty much.
Correct.
But that's not how most of these leagues work.
And none at all.
There's not a single league that works like that.
No, because there's no online play.
No. So, I can't. This is not for every league across the board. It will vary by which league you seek out, but majority, would you say, a good portion of it is point differential based.
Yeah, some form of quote unquote head to head.
Yeah, basically meaning, to use an example of one league like our college league,
Mhm.
uh, you would play out your games, and then based off your point differential, you would, how do I put this, easy enough to don't overcomplicate it. let's say I let's say I'm playing Ryan a 1 week. It's my point differential against his point
Mhm.
differential, and whoever has the higher score out of the two of us wins that week, and that's pretty much the whole concept of it.
Mhm.
For
And to kind of dive down further, basically in some form or fashion, whether it's through like Google Form submission or some
direct submissions to the
commissioner. So basically, each team is submitting their scores. And then, like you said, it's that head-to-head scoring. Right now, we use a ton of spreadsheets across all the leagues.
yes, we have our
Um,
we have our master
proprietary,
one. We have
yeah,
our
we have a proprietary sheets that we use across our
completely
leagues.
automated to a point, which
Yeah,
still,
it's just data entry and
yep,
everything. So
still shout out to Alex for building that.
yeah,
That's
shout out
a
Alex. We interviewed
legend,
him.
legend.
I wish we had an app. Like that would be freaking amazing if we had an app that could do this.
That could
But
revolutionize the,
I think it would like put a stronghold.
yeah.
Because it kind of leads me into the next point of this topic is where do you find them, right? How they work. So you have a group chat, you're submitting things, you see head to head, but like where do you find them? So like right now, everywhere, right?
Well, I mean,
But it's detailed, but like you have to find them via Facebook Retro Bowl group, Discord Retro Bowl group, Twitter. There's some Twitter leagues out there. We're kind of on Twitter,
I would say we're more primary a
Facebook
Facebook
at
league.
this point.
I think there's one or two Reddit leagues that I know of for sure.
There used to be some big Reddit leagues. I haven't really been on there, and then obviously there's some Discord leagues.
Which you said already, yeah.
Yeah. So, you go out there, we support all leagues.
All of them.
We obviously the RBL is the biggest collective of in, one place. Um, Shout out, we have our own website, rbleagues.com.
We have all of our guys, all of our
Yep.
main guys. Shout out to you, all know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
We won't deep dive into that today.
We'll dive into it a little bit. So we have rbleagues.com. You can find for at least us all of the different leagues, and we'll dive into
We'll dive into this.
what the leagues are. But really, if you go to like the Facebook basically a fan page, Retro Bowl, Reddit. If you go
There's
to
a,
the
the groups. The Facebook groups are a very
Facebook
very
groups,
good
thank you.
place.
Reddit, if you go to the Retro Bowl College subreddit, Discord, same thing. Retro Bowl, actually, I don't know, it might still be in the game, but you used to
The
be able to,
league tab.
yeah.
There is a leagues tab, but it's broken.
Okay. And then Twitter's hard to find.
Twitter, you have to actually
Yeah.
search it out. Like you have to know of a league and search it out. It's just easier through Facebook, Discord, Reddit. Those are probably be your best three options. I say to find leagues, which
Mhm.
with in my opinion, face excuse me, Facebook being the easiest. I think because I just
Facebook and Discord.
the group,
Yeah.
just the servers you can go into and the groups on
Yeah.
Facebook. It's pretty simple to find leagues there.
But check out rbleagues.com.
Yes, it will be linked below on YouTube, and it should be linked somewhere on Spotify.
It is actually
On our page, if you go
yeah.
to our main page, it's right there, and everything you need is right there.
So they're out there. This is a weird time of the year, because like we talked about, we're getting into the off seasons of a lot of sports. So people aren't really like that summer vacations,
They're not in the football mood yet.
No,
So-
but when football mood it is in,
Oh,
yeah,
it's up.
I mean, our league goes from 24 to we've had a
We
high
peaked
of,
up at I think in peak we were either at 39 or 40.
yeah, and
Peak.
but that's during football season.
That's during a football season. Obviously,
Fluctuates.
So if you ever feel like you need something extra in Retro Bowl and you don't know when to look for a league, look always. But if you want a really good time of the year, right now, I think this summer period, so many leagues will be looking for new players because the numbers for leagues are a little down across the board.
Yeah, but I think people are just burnt out right now. It's summer vacation,
I mean, I get it.
I think about how many players in all the leagues have small kids. You just got through in the summer vacation. I get it. But so that's kind of where you find them. Now, the kind of next topic is there's two different ideas, right? So a lot of the leagues, they're broken down into difficulty. So most leagues are like hard difficulty. The extreme leagues have completely fallen off from where they used to be.
I knew of one, and I don't think it's around anymore.
It's not. It tried to have a couple reboots. It never happened.
Hard and medium, I think, are the sweet spots.
Hard and medium are the sweet spots. I heard there used to be an easy league out there. It was on Reddit, I think, for a while. Kind of dabbled in Twitter, but it fell off. But yeah, medium and hard are the two really the best sweet spots. And then it's the time. So with Retro Bowl, you have 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute quarters, and each league can set it up, with a specific set of rules. But there's two different styles of leagues, and that is authentic to the game. So when I say authentic, like it's an NFL, it's a college, it's arena football. But we also have some themed leagues, and your league right now is on a break. But
both of the leagues that I'm part of, yeah.
But we have three different themed leagues.
We do.
Just part of the RBL, but I've seen it in other. I'm gonna give a shout out way back when. This was before even I got part of leagues. There even used to be a baseball themed league. So we have different theme leagues: baseball, basketball, a couple basketball ones.
There's a hockey one upcoming.
I forgot about that.
There's also, and then the big one, I think the biggest one right now is wrestling. Which I enjoy the life out of.
Yeah. So it's, you have that authentic. It still uses the game, but it puts a twist on it, kind of a fun theme twist. Imagine the way I describe it is the difference between AAA baseball and banana ball.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
You have the, it still has the roots of you're still playing Retro Bowl or Retro Bowl College, but you're using your points to develop like a story for these other leagues.
And then you have your AAA, which is like strict
Strict,
form.
yeah, and that's going to be your college. Your arena football is really the same. It's
Yeah.
just straight up. But we get some awesome
I mean,
storylines.
the wrestling league is incredible.
Right.
I mean, if you want a super chill league, I honestly would point to a lot of people to go to the wrestling league, which most of these leagues we talk about will be found on the website. Like
Mm-hmm.
we say, the wrestling league I argue is probably one of, if not the best, like starter leagues
Agreed.
for introduction to them right now, because there's no, you still have your head-to-head aspect,
Mm-hmm.
but there's no like super strict like,
No,
it's I have fun in it, like.
I do too. It's I've been dabbling. I'm gonna get back into it. And it's just that's the fun part of themed leagues, right? You use your point differential or point some kind of point system from the game, and you use it to create a storyline, and whoever the point differential, whoever has the highest wins the matches, and can you hold on to the belts, and it puts a twist on it. I think Alex has also done a great job with college basketball, where he's created March Madness with the game. And I mean, that's at its big prime. I think was what, 30 teams or something like that.
Yeah, I joined in. I actually didn't know that. I joined in pretty early into it. I didn't realize
Yeah.
how early I joined into it.
So, but it's one of those where, start off with one, kind of get it figured out.
Dabble the feet in the pool. You feel
Dabble
me?
the feet in the pool. I like it. So, but that's really the big breakdown of like what these leagues are. It's truly, I know we know right now
Yeah.
leagues are down a little bit, but they're not out.
No,
And
they're still around.
I think there's still enough of a following. And that's the thing about esports, right? Like I'm sure like Rocket League competition's still there, but you don't hear about it as much. It's kind of down right now, and maybe that's just part of the world at the moment. Not talking any political or anything else going on in the world. I'm just like, I think esports might be down a little bit. Not as big promotions at the moment. Um, part of it could be people went back to the office to work instead of playing video games half the day. So, but the RBL is still going strong. There's a lot of things in the background. I still see a lot of leagues out there. We definitely own the Facebook market. The
I would
face.
say so. Yeah.
It's the RBL. Twitter. I think we're trying to move away from Twitter a little bit more and more. We keep the core people on those that are in part of Twitter, but
We see more interaction on Facebook.
100%. So with that,
Before
Tyler,
you move though,
okay.
on Twitter, I know it could technically be classified as our rival league, but I have to respect them for how long they've done it on Twitter. RBCDL. I mean,
Yes.
that's,
Yes.
I have much respect for them.
And, they've had some challenges. I'm not going to bash them. They've had some
No,
challenges.
yeah, I mean, yeah,
But I do respect them. They've had, I think they're over 100 season ends. We're 31st season, which, kudos to us, it's been a ride. But yeah, no, shout out to them. I wish I could shout out more leagues that used to be around. 1XL,
One
the
XL was big when I first got into
huge, huge.
leagues.
Shout out to El Matador. He's made some videos. He is hands down. I think we're gonna do an episode at some point of top Retro Bowl players, but El Matador probably would, be on that list.
Yeah,
I'm not saying what he would be because I don't want to give away anything, but he'd be on that list. But no, shout out, I like that.
yeah.
Like that. So, what leagues does the RBL at least have, Tyler?
All right, so for under our umbrella, we actually have a lot.
We do.
We have a lot. I didn't realize how much we had until I was updating a couple of the league pages on there.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know the exact number. I don't know, but We have. So you want to start? You want me to start with the theme, or go with authentic, or you just want me to start
No,
naming?
I think start with authentic. Let's
All right. So for our authentic leagues, obviously we have Retro Bowl College,
which is our
our
league.
league,
Yep.
which uses the Retro Bowl College game,
Yeah, RB College,
RB College.
which I think is still, this is going to sound biased. It's the hardest league because of the you don't get to build a consistent team for 6+ years. You're always changing. Anyway, sorry, not to derail you.
Yeah, hardest league. I swear it is.
It is. So we
Uh,
got the CFL,
yep. It's a medium 1 minute.
medium 1 minute.
Well, medium one. That's a good league for people that you want to use college game.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're there. We have AFL, right?
We do have the AFL.
They're on break right now.
Yep, they're on a summer break.
That's also a medium league, and that is a arena football style league. So if you're interested in the arena football league, that might be your go-to.
That one's 2 minute immediate on Retro Bowl.
Yep, it's on the regular Retro Bowl game or Retro Bowl Plus. That also, if you have Apple, that also will work. I would still check with commissioners. It can get confusing, but most of the time that works. We have.
So I do want to say shout out. What's really fun is they keep that cap to 16 teams.
Yes.
Eight teams. So half the league makes playoffs every season, and it's the fun part about that is it's arena themed teams. Anyway,
and the playoffs are always fun themed.
Yep. So that would be all of the authentic leagues.
No, there's two more.
Oh, there is two more.
There's Friday Night Lights.
It's kind of a theme, but it is authentic.
And I mean, because in your words, follows.
It is authentic.
That's an authentic league. It's also a medium. It's medium 2, right?
No, it's medium 1 now.
Medium 1 on Retro Bowl College.
Yep.
Medium 1 on Retro Bowl College, which is a high school football themed league. That one's also fun.
I think I won the last chip.
I have one in there too. So we'll look at us.
Okay.
Look at us.
All right. Look at
and
us.
then I think
you got the biggest one.
The granddaddy of them all. The RBM, which is short for just it just called RBM, right? It's not like RBM NFL.
No,
it's just RBM.
Yeah, but it's NFL themed.
NFL theme. 32 teams. I'm not. It's a hard. It's the only hard league we have in RBL.
It is
hard 2 minute. In my own mind, do I say the reason why I say that this is top of the top is I'm not gonna toot horn because I'm a part of it, but that might be the most prestigious league on Facebook right now.
Hands down. If you're in that league, like
spots go fast. So that's a league you may have to wait on.
Yep.
Because spots very rarely open, and when they do, I think there's a wait list. So you can find it, you can get your name on the wait list, but that league is a very special league. And for our theme leagues, we have the Hockey League, which I don't think started yet.
Nope, still under construction.
With Hockey League, and I think the Wrestling League. That's it, right?
We also have college basketball.
College basketball, yeah. College basketball in my basketball
and the
league.
NBA.
Yeah, I forgot about those two because those are on break.
And there is one more.
Bidball?
It is on high. It hasn't started yet because he's still working at it.
Yeah, I mean
he'll get there.
So hey, maybe you don't even play Retro Bowl. You're playing the new retro baseball game Bidball by Duckfoot Games. Well, guess what? The RBO already got a league on it. It's on hiatus, like Ryan just said.
Just because
the app got to get worked out a little more before we say it's okay for league play, but
it's getting there.
Spots are open. You can get your spot, lock in a spot now. We get ready to go. But those are all of our leagues. Every league we mentioned here, like we've said 45 times now, but just to make sure everyone knows, it's on the website, linked in the YouTube bio below, linked on our main page on Spotify. Everything you need to know, rule books, submission forms, Twitter pages, everything you need to know is right there, one button away.
And, this is where an app would be great because then you could have a one-stop shop for all your league stuff, one spot for league chat, maybe one day. Maybe it's a vision one day. I don't even know what that
Put on the vision board.
I love it. Vision board. Oh, we should put a vision board right there. right there, vision board.
I'm
Anyway,
thinking roadmap.
roadmap. Anyway, ooh, looking like how they leak it in Fortnite.
See?
Anyway,
Anything else you want to talk about? You just want to talk about current league state things?
yeah, I mean CFL. We had back to back new champions.
Shout out UTEP.
Newish. UCA won before UTEP. They hadn't won in like 15
Shout out
seasons.
UTEP.
Shout out UTEP. He went on a run of the century. I know that's not
I'm
what
a
you.
David commit. I shouldn't be biased, but dog. There's a certain feeling when you lose on a tiebreaker. All right.
I want to compare you to somebody.
I'm down for it.
You're gonna be offended though.
There's nothing you can say to offend me that I haven't said to myself yet.
You are the Dallas Cowboys of the CFL.
Yeah, but I don't go around saying it's my year every year. Like I'm at least to a point now where I know I'm gonna lose in some crazy
But
bullshit
you
way.
make playoffs consistently, and you Dak Prescott the hell out of those games.
I'm gonna steal something I heard from you all the time. I'm the greatest, worst team.
I didn't say that. That was a shout out to the White Sox and
No, the Sharks.
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 Sorry, Sharks. It was the
The
Sharks.
greatest, worst team.
Greatest worst team. Yeah.
No, but still, seriously, shout out UTEP.
Yeah, shout out
first.
UTEP. It is.
We on break?
What's that?
Are we on break?
No, first segment's due tonight.
I gotta play my games.
You gotta get your games in. You gotta get your games in, kid. But RBM, I don't. Was it Sean? Sean just won it. Eagles.
He did win it.
He did win.
I was very confused by the whole thing because then I didn't know who won.
I am in my second year of rebuilding with a second team. So I've been in with 3 teams in 3 years. I had a stint in Jacksonville. So I left Seattle. I just got tired of it. I couldn't do. I talked about it all the time. NFC West was the juggernaut, and everybody left. So I'm back in Denver now.
Good for you.
I plan on building.
Welcome to the shitty ass AFC.
Yeah, I'm planning on dominating.
Trust me, it's only way it gets better is if you come up to the great AFC North where we fight who's going to win the division at 6 games.
The AFC West is atrocious. So
it can't be worse than the North.
But no, shout out to Sean. I think that's his 3rd title. He hasn't won in like 20 seasons because him and I used to be rivals.
I remember this. I remember these days.
We need to get him on the show.
I'm down for that. That might be a chaotic one, but I'm down for that.
It's going to be chaotic, but he used to run be part of the 1XL. He's now, it's not affiliated, but
I was going to bring it up, but I didn't know if it was affiliated. So
it's not affiliated, but you know what? Shout out to the USRL.
I just won in that league.
For the second time?
Second one.
So that's where you dominate.
I won it season 4 or 3. I think it's season 4 in Tampa Bay. I left season 7 because I was just too many leagues. Yeah. Plus, we started college.
Yeah.
Then I came back because I'm like, well, I have nothing else to do now. Came back and I won it. I just won it with the Giants. So, listen, college may not be my league, but I think I found my one in USRL.
Okay. Well, shout out to USRL, Sean, the commissioner over there.
Another good league.
It is, and it's I used to give him crap because I called it. What the hell? I mean, obviously, it was kind of we used to pick on him calling it the UFL compared to the NFL, but
which is a good thing to mention. USRL is the RBM with NFL teams, but on medium. So it's kind of like
it's 1 minute, right?
1 minute medium. So it's kind of like your minor league system.
Yeah, kind of. But
it gets you ready for the RBM.
It does. So, and I know they've taken players back and forth. So, it kind of really is like the UFL.
And most of the players, and there's some players in USRL that are also playing. Yeah.
So yeah, we got to get him on.
Yeah, we got to get a lot of people on.
We do. Some of the other leagues, they're kind of on hiatus right now. AFL's taking a summer break. Shout out to Q and his new job. He's down in Tampa, Florida. By the way, if anything happens to Raymond Stadium, I'm a little suspicious. If the power goes out randomly or they lose water, suspicious. And that's really it. There's really only 3 major leagues.
I'm gonna do one thing.
In wrestling.
Yes. So which is an interesting thing because we shout out every other commissioner
Okay.
except Eric. Eric runs FNL. Every single person has gotten shouted out for
It
their
is.
league except him. So I didn't want
Yeah,
to. I didn't want to leave him out.
shout out
I got
to
you.
the greatest college basketball league player.
Yeah, it's not fair.
He is like the Tar Heels of that league.
It's not fair.
Like he just it's his league, and we live in it.
Not anymore. It's on break.
It is on break. So, but no, I think shout out to the leagues. Shout out to the RBL. Shout out to all the leagues. Respect.
Shout out to all the players who play in all of our leagues.
Everybody. It's that ambition. If you guys become a part of those leagues, there's some fun twists in all the leagues that you really only get to see if you're a part of them. The RBM has a sports book now, fun little betting,
not real money,
not
please.
real money, but
Not.
like a fun, play on points and stuff. It's kind of like a pick'em league. Um, we do spin-offs. It's such a good community. We do spin-offs. We have fantasy football leagues and stuff like that. So shout out to all those commissioners, all the players that make those leagues, because none of it would exist without them. So, you got anything else, Tyler?
I think that's it. I mean, everyone's either on break or we're right in the middle of it.
We are.
Season, so there isn't really much more to update on.
Yeah, no, and I think some leagues may take some more breaks as summer vacation, wraps up. I think we talked about it. I don't know. We might just keep going. People are really, enjoying it, but we'll see how this first.
Unless this first segment goes absolutely horrid and like two people submit, we should be good.
Well, I've had more than two people submit, at least to me. So, but cool. And with that, that is another Mini Bits episode.
It may not be a mini bit. I don't know how long this went.
31.
It's a mini bit.
It's a mini bit.
If it's under 40, it's a mini bit.
It's a mini bit. So shout out. I hope you guys like this episode. If you guys are still listening, please hit that like, hit that follow. We are on YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, TikTok. If you don't want to, catch us on these long episodes, what I really love is I love catching us on like Amazon Music, or I can listen on my commute. So drop that like, drop a comment, tell us how we're doing. But we are now officially like past 10 episodes. Shout out to us, and hope you keep listening, and we hope you keep it real.
My hat was bothering me. Yep. I don't know what to say. What was it?
Keep it real.
Keep it real. Yep.